Wild growth oil is used for hair growth by millions of people all over the world as a hair loss treatment. It's not only used as a hair growth oil for women, but has been effective for some folks with male pattern baldness in men as well. I wanted to do a deep dive on this oil. As many of you know, we've talked about hair growth a lot on this channel. These 4 videos you guys all seem to love so much, so naturally I wanted to examine this for you as well. Also, real quick before we get started, it would mean the world to me if you hit the like button down below, and if you enjoy the content, turn the bell on to stay up to date with new weekly videos. The wild growth hair oil aims to work in 3 ways, and I think it's important to start there. 1, it aims to nourish the scalp. 2, it aims to strengthen your hair follicles. And 3, it aims to reduce breakage. And for being under 10 bucks right now, ain't too bad either. Theoretically, this means your hair is not only going to be growing faster, but also staying healthier and thicker on your head. And if you look at the formula, it's packed with natural oils that are proven to improve circulation, reduce scalp inflammation, and essentially create that perfect environment for hair regrowth to commence. We will do a deep dive on those ingredients in just a minute, but when you think about it, what is the whole point of a hair oil? Ask yourself, when I'm applying these oils onto my scalp, what are they really supposed to do? Because not all oils are involved in restoring hair loss. Some will just sit on top of your scalp and dry off, and that's about it. That's why a good starting point that I usually look for and I ask myself is, does the hair oil I use increase blood flow to the scalp? Because with more blood flow, I get more oxygen and nutrients to promote the growth. Does the hair oil I use help reduce breakage? Because I want strong hair strands so the hairs can grow longer and longer. And lastly, does the hair oil I use hydrate my scalp? Because if it does, it will help prevent dryness and flakiness. Also, stay tuned till the end because I'll show you what you should combine the wild growth hair oil with for an extra kick. Let's look at the ingredients now. Before we look at the best way to use it, let's take a close look at what we're actually putting on our scalps, because there are about 20 to 21 ingredients depending on the formulation that's broken down into 4 categories: carrier oils, botanical oils, plant extracts, and essential oils. In this product, there are about 5 types of carrier oils in here. Coconut being the first ingredient will be great because of the lauric acid in it, which can help penetrate the hair shaft, which will reduce protein loss. Not to forget to mention, coconut oil has antimicrobial properties. The olive oil, cocoa butter, and the jojoba's job will be to reduce scalp inflammation and strengthen the hair strand, particularly because of the rich polyphenols. But it's the omega-3 and the omega-6 fatty acids in the rice bran which will nourish the scalp and improve hair density. Next up in the ingredients are your botanical oils, which are your acerola, pomegranate oil, rosehip, and pumpkin seed. Their job mainly is to protect the scalp from UV damage and also oxidative stress. The pomegranate oil and the pumpkin seed oil stick out to me the most because pomegranates contain punicic acid, which plays a role on waking up the dormant hair follicles. And as you all know, we did a video on pumpkin seed oil as well, where we talked about the DHT blocking activity it has. We also did a video on what happens if you eat pomegranates for 14 days. Next category in the ingredients are the plant extracts. What do we got? We have mushroom, chickpea, lentil, cocoa mass, and sesame seed extract. From here, the sesame seed extracts stand out to me because of the copper, which can play a role in slowing premature graying, but also the sesamin is anti-inflammatory. It can also block DHT as well. The lentils will provide the iron and folate, which oxygenate the hair follicles, and the cocoa mass, because it contains theobromine, should theoretically increase blood flow to the scalp as well, which is awesome. And the last category is going to be your essential oils. And the brand did include a lot of good ones here. If you take a look, you got clary sage oil, which can help regulate the hair cycle better, eucalyptus oil to stimulate the dormant hair follicles, frankincense oil, geranium oil to regulate sebum production, grapefruit oil, which is rich in vitamin C to support the collagen network. You also got lavender oil, which has been shown to increase the number of hair follicles in mice. And lastly, they included peppermint oil, which this paper in 2014 found to increase the number of hair follicles, follicle depth, and dermal thickness. While the wild growth hair oil has some great ingredients all for under 10 bucks, it does have some drawbacks you should be aware of. For example, a greasy texture. This is because the oil is quite thick, which can leave your hair feeling heavy and oily. Secondly, it has a strong scent, which can be overpowering due to all the essential oils. And thirdly, if you accidentally use too much or use it too frequently, it can quickly clog pores and cause buildup. This is why it's so important to know how to use it. And the way I would go about it is use a few drops directly on your scalp, focusing on your thinning areas, and massage it in for 3 minutes. When you start out, use it anywhere from 1 to 3 times a week, and using it too often can lead to a greasy buildup, so keep that in mind. But this also depends on the porosity of your hair too. A scalp massager can actually help boost the hair growth too, which I've linked one below as an affiliate for you guys should you wish to check it out. But make sure to let it all absorb overnight. I would even go a step further and combine it with some hair peptides. Redensil and Procapil, which have been clinically proven to reduce hair loss and thicken the strands. A product which we've mentioned before on this channel, which I highly encourage you guys to watch next, is the Ordinary Multi-Peptide Serum. Go ahead and alternate it every night with the Wild Growth Hair Oil as one option. So does Wild Hair Growth Oil really work? It can. But for best results, you need to use it correctly, be consistent with it, and pair it with the Ordinary Multi-Peptide Serum as one option to take your hair growth to the next level. Most of the anecdotal reports of people finding benefit with this growth oil have come from consistent use for at least 3 months, so you will have to be patient with this one. If you found value in this video, or if you found it helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave me your thoughts below. Have you tried the Wild Growth Hair Oil? Let me know your experience, and until then guys, I'll see you on the next one.